right, so welcome my budgeting friends. Today I'm going to talk about 10 steps to add savings challenges into your retirement budget. And I've got a couple little things over here on the side to help me illustrate this for you. So, I've been on this budgeting journey. Well, this is my second time around. I've been on it since the beginning of May this year. And I really love savings challenges. They motivate me to really want to save as much money as possible so I can play these games. Yeah, it would be really easy to just take the money once I get paid and say, I'm going to put $200 in my investment account, or I'm going to put, $350 in my high yield savings account. And then I wait for the rest of the month to get paid again, right? And it's like, what fun is that? So I have incorporated savings challenges into my budget, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Now, when I was trying to figure this out or try and put some steps together, I came up with, I look at my savings goals and my sinking funds. I determine how I can make savings fun for each category. I play my budgeted amount. I try to save additional money throughout the month by not spending, and I put the additional saved money towards my savings challenges, which is true. Those 5 steps are true, but there's a little bit more involved in that. So I had ChatGPT help me break this down into 10 steps to make it a little bit more clear, because a lot of times people will tell you what to do, but they won't tell you how to do it, right? So I want to tell you how to do it so that you can be successful. And the best part of this whole entire thing is at the end of the month seeing how much you saved. Because what we do in the budgeting community is we do our savings challenges and we set the money aside. We don't spend it, we don't reallocate it or anything. We set that money aside until the end of the month, and then we look at how much we saved the whole entire month through all our savings challenges. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. And it's really super exciting. And if you want to watch that whole process of me unstuffing my savings challenges and seeing how much I saved for July, I will tag that video at the end. It's very, very exciting when you save way more money than you think you're going to save. Let me say that. So let's get started. So step number 1 is start with a clear monthly budget. So I have a budgeting binder. This is my budgeting binder, budgeting my retirement, and then I just made this cute little back page for it. I do have a budgeting basics printout, digital download in my shop that looks just, the cover is like this, and I think it says budgeting basics, and it has the basic budget sheet. It has a cash planning sheet, it has an expenses sheet, it has a savings sheet, and I think it has one other thing. But this is just a hodgepodge of papers that I put together just to create a binder for me for right now. So just for an example, when you start with a clear monthly budget. So this is my August monthly budget that I made, right? So I get paid twice a month. I get paid my military retirement, and I get paid my Social Security. And so at the time I only had one colored highlighter out, this one. And so I only highlighted one. But with my military retirement pay on the 1st, the ones that are highlighted in pink are the ones that I paid with my military retirement, okay? So you start with a clear understanding of what your budget is, what your income is, what your fixed expenses are, what your debt is, what variable expenses you have, and then I put down here my business expenses. And then once you add all that up and minus it, you will see how much you have left over for the month for your savings, for challenges, for sinking funds, all that. And this is the part that you do last, okay? You always want to make sure that you cover your most basic expenses and your bills first before you try and save any money. Okay, so that's my monthly budget. So you want to list all your fixed expenses, your mortgage, your rent, utilities, insurance, transportation, debt, and debt payments. You want to estimate your variable expenses, groceries, gas, personal spending. I usually do $100 for groceries and $100 for gas every paycheck. And then you're going to calculate your total income, which is your pension, your Social Security, your side hustles, your investments. So mine is $2,965 is my monthly income. Okay. And then the second step, you're going to identify your true essentials. Determine what you absolutely must cover each month. And that's your housing, your food, your medications, your utilities, your transportation. Yesterday, I did a video on the top 5 categories you should fully fund first and the top 5 categories you should fund last. And I will also tag that in the description of this video so that you can go back and watch that if you missed it. And then you want to prioritize these before adding any discretionary categories. And you want to set aside your non-negotiable savings first. So if you follow Dave Ramsey's 7 steps to financial freedom or becoming debt-free or however he labels that, you want to save $1,000 in your emergency savings account first, according to his program. So where it says set aside non-negotiable savings first, I would work on your $1,000 emergency fund if you don't have that. I would work on that first. So you're going to fund your emergency fund contribution or long-term savings goals before spending on your wants. And even if small, automatic transfers help build consistency. I'm sorry if I'm talking really weird. I'm in my office and it is really hot today and I'm just dying in here. So let's say you want to have $1,000 in your emergency fund account by the beginning of the year, by the beginning of 2026. So let's say $1,000 divided by, let's say we don't count, well, you can still count August, depending on how many paychecks you have. But okay, let's say August. So you got August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. So 1,000 divided by 5 months equals $200 a month. So for me, if I get paid twice a month, I could do $100 each paycheck, right? If you get paid 4 times a month, once a week, you could do $50 a week, right? A paycheck. So that's how you would figure out how much you're going to put into your savings. And so that would be considered a non-negotiable savings. So you want to do all your fixed expenses, all your variable expenses and your bills, and then you want to put aside money for your non-negotiable savings, okay? And then whatever money you have left is the money that you can put in your wants, those envelopes, and put into challenges. So what I do is I incorporate my challenges into my budget, okay? So this was my monthly budget. So now let's say I go over and I'm going to do my military retirement specific budget for August. So of that, of that $937 that I could put towards sinking funds and savings, only $374 of that is coming out of my retirement. The rest of the money from the $937 is coming out of my Social Security that I'm getting paid on the 11th. So so I had $374 left over for just my military retirement after I paid the bills and stuff that I needed to pay for this paycheck. So, here we'll talk about, so these are the tie-ins to my savings. But what I'm talking about when you have your wants and all that stuff beyond your essentials, the money that you have left over to put into your sinking funds and different things, I put $140 into my my surgery account, because 2 of my cats got spayed last week. I put $40 into my dining out and my coffee, and I have to give a friend $18 for a camping refund, half of the camping refund, okay? So how I incorporate the challenges part of it is I have numerous challenges going on, but one right now is my mega birthday challenge, and that is a big, huge birthday party that I am throwing for myself in January. It's going to be a big Mardi Gras birthday party. So I have to put $221 in there a month to reach my goal, my budget of $1,549. So from this military paycheck, I'm going to put $76 into that challenge. Now, I could just straight put that money into a birthday fund, right? But that's no fun. It's more fun to do challenges. And then I'm going to put $100 into my investment account. But I'm not just going to straight put $100 into my investment account. I'm going to play mini Monday challenges and put that $100 in there. So what you can do is you can see how much money you have left to save. And then you can determine like what categories you want to build up for your sinking funds. So let's say I have a lot more sinking funds on my Social Security side of it, which I will be doing a Social Security budget next week. I probably won't post it till Monday, but I will be doing it sometime in the next few days. And I will have a lot more money for my savings and sinking funds on that paycheck. Let me see what I have for July. Maybe I can show you from the July one. I don't know. I might have done it on the computer because I didn't have this book then. Nope, I didn't do July in my book. Okay, sorry about that. So anyways, I have a lot more savings, sinking funds and savings challenges. But the sinking funds are things like, my car registration and maintenance, holidays, saving money for holidays. These are more like long-term savings. What else? And then I have other shorter term ones like these. Like I have self-care. I have my grandkids. I have like summer activities. I have, I could just show you. So these are some of my ones here. So I have holidays, self-care, vehicle, my vision and dental plan, travel, and debt, right? And then beyond those, I have a bunch of savings challenges. I hope that's making sense. Okay, so you want to choose savings challenges with amounts you know you can spare. So like I knew that I had $176 left over after I paid for those few things, the surgery, the dining out and coffee, and paying my friend back. So I had $176. So then I had to determine out of all my savings challenges which ones I wanted to do. And I wanted to prioritize my birthday and my investment account. So that's how I determined which ones I was going to put it in and how much. You want to avoid challenges that strain your essentials budget. If you're putting all this money into challenges and you're not having enough money to pay your bills and your essentials, then you're just going to keep pulling money out of those challenges to cover your expenses, and you're going to feel like you're not getting ahead anywhere. So even if it's $5, even if it's just $1, I have this coin challenge right here. Okay. I've been doing this since the beginning of May, I believe. And I never spend any of my change. I always put it in my purse and empty it at certain intervals. And then I put it in here. And as of right now, I have $50.19. And that's something really simple and easy to do, and it doesn't strain my budget. I'm curious to see how much I will have by Christmas, to see how much extra money I will have for Christmas. So that's just one thing, right, that you can do You want to do sinking fun, or challenges that are fun to do and easy to do. So then you want to time your savings challenges strategically. Start new challenges right after paying your monthly bills so that you know exactly what's left over. If income fluctuates, wait until stable months to begin larger challenges. Now, what happened with me is this month I can't do as many. You're going to see, if you go back and watch the video from last month, how much I saved, you're going to see that this month I'm not going to be anywhere close to that because I had a couple larger bills that were due this month that took up the money so that I couldn't do as much savings challenges because I was doing a savings challenge pretty much every day. And now I'm only doing like 1 or 2 a week. And I had a big, huge savings challenge that I was doing, and the money was sitting here and sitting here and sitting here, and I didn't get to do it, and I didn't get to film it. And then other things came up, and I kept taking money from that challenge, that pile of money that was sitting there to pay for some unexpected bills. So you want to do this as soon as you can so that the money that you intend to save will be saved, and it will not be like frittered away on other things, right? And if your income fluctuates, wait until stable months to begin larger challenges. So like my income didn't fluctuate for this month, but my bills did fluctuate from this month. I had a couple extra. So I have to wait till next month to really focus on some of my larger challenges. Okay. Treat challenges like a budget line item. So create a savings challenge category in your budget worksheet or planner and assign a fixed amount each pay period so it's part of your routine. And that's what I did here. This is my fixed amount for my retirement paycheck. And then, sorry. This, oh my gosh, this is the fixed amount for the month, okay? So you want to make sure you put it in your budget. You want to factor it in, okay? And then use sinking funds for flexibility. If a challenge requires larger sums of money, break it down into weekly or bi-weekly mini savings goals. So like my birthday one, right? $1,549. I'm breaking that down into monthly savings of $221, but I'm trying to break it down into weekly savings, how much I can make or when I can squeeze some money in there. And this makes big goals less overwhelming on a fixed income. And then you want to track your challenge progress separately. Using a savings tracker, printable spreadsheet, or cash envelope system to watch your savings grow. Seeing progress keeps motivation high. So this is what I do at the end of every month. I have a savings tracker that I track from month to month. And this is my one for August. Okay. So my goal, I don't want any spoiler alerts, but it's also on the title of the video, so it's fine. My goal for July was $570. And I actually saved $987. And so these numbers on the side are what I saved in June. And then this was the total amount that I had in my envelopes at the end of July. And then because I didn't take any of this out. I decided to take all this out because I want to put it in the bank and I didn't want all of that sitting there. Because it ended up being $1,373.50. And I didn't need all that sitting at my desk. I decided to put it in the bank. So what I did was I took the totals that were in the envelopes and I deducted what I had saved from June to find out what I had saved in July. Okay. And so I had my mini challenges and my tiny challenges, and those went towards my investment account. And then I had all these. Okay, these were various different saving challenges I had. I had Roll and Save, Plinko, a pause one I created, a play date I created, a letter challenge I created, word searches I created, and scratchers I created. All of these went into my emergency fund. And then I do letterbucks. So letterbox G is for me, H is for a granddaughter, J is for a grandson, C is for a grandson, B is for a granddaughter. And all of theirs goes into, right now it's in a high yield savings account, but it's eventually going to go into an investment account for them. And then all the G's I'm saved and moved over to my birthday challenge. And then I also save individually for everyone else's birthdays, my coin challenge, my holiday challenge, my birthday challenge, which I talked about. I had a shut the box that went towards my emergency fund. So all of that. So this is how I track my savings. Okay. And celebrate milestones without overspending. So there's lots of different ways we can celebrate milestones without spending any money whatsoever, right? And you want to reward yourself with a free or low cost treat, movie night at home, coffee date with a friend when you hit certain challenge goals. Trust, I am going to be celebrating when I hit my $1,000 emergency fund savings. I'm going to celebrate when I hit my birthday savings challenge, my mega birthday savings challenge. I'm going to celebrate when I can deposit that first $100 each for each of my grandchildren into their investment accounts. Yeah. And then you want to reevaluate your budget if you find you're short before the month end, and pause or downsize challenges if they interfere with covering your essentials. So that's what I had to do this month. So yeah, so those are the 10 steps to tying in challenges into your budget. And I hope that makes sense the way I explained. Like, I put $100 aside for my investment accounts, but instead of just putting it straight in there, I picked a challenge that I could play to tie in to that, right? So this is my this goes towards my investment accounts, these mini money challenges, or mini Monday challenges. So what it is various budgeters create challenges, free challenges that you can download and print off, and you just play this game where you're saving so much money in these different envelopes all month. And then once you finish a challenge, okay, so like, let's see, let's find one that I'm almost done with. Am I almost done with any of these? Okay, so maybe this is the closest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one needs 6 more. So once I get 6 more on this, I'm going to clip all the money to this, and I'm going to put it in a pouch. And I'm going to start another one. And I'm going to keep doing that all month long. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to pull all that money out of the pouch, all these saved ones, pull it out of the pouch, and then I'm going to count how much money I have for all these challenges that I completed. And then I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it straight into my investment account. So this makes it more fun. It makes it more motivating. So this is my money that I have for this coming up Monday to play this game. And I'm just setting it aside here until I can play it and videotape it. So yeah. So if you want to see more challenges, I will tag my playlist, my challenge playlist down below. You can binge watch all my different challenges and see what they are. They're super fun. And if you want to know more about budgeting, I will also tag my budgeting videos playlist down below as well. So that is it for today. Make sure you check out this tagged video here, and I will see you tomorrow. Love, Gigi and Lavender.